Jai Swaminarayan. Let's read the 47th passage from the second Gadhadā. It's titled, A Spilt. Nope, I already read that wrong. A split. A split in the Prithvi down to Patal. Oh, how interesting. Prithvi refers to the earth. Patal refers to the lowest of the nether regions, the lower abodes. So there's a split from earth all the way down to the lowest abode. I look forward to reading this with you. Let's dive right into it together. On Mahavadhi the 10th, Samvat 1880, or the 24th of February, 1824, Swami Sri Sahajanand Ji Maharaj was sitting on the veranda outside the east-facing rooms of Dada Khachar Darbar in Gadhadā. He was dressed entirely in white clothes, and had covered himself with a yellow blanket made of chint. At that time, an assembly of munis, as well as devotees from various places, had gathered before him. Thereupon, Sriji Maharaj said, if a person has a group of sadhus staying with them, and if they can sincerely look after them in a gracious manner, those sadhus will happily stay with them. However, if they do not know how to look after them, they will not stay with them. Furthermore, if a sadhu is eager to attain liberation, they would become increasingly overjoyed when I do something that may upset him, or when I denounce the vishais, the experiences of the senses. For example, Muktanand Swami has contracted tuberculosis, and so he is restricted from eating yogurt, milk, and any sweet or fried foods. A wise person would think to themselves, this disease has restricted all tasty foods and drink. Thus, I wonder if I have actually attained the company of a great sadhu in the guise of tuberculosis. This is how a wise person would view the situation. Why? Because a person's desires regarding the organs of procreation and the stomach are, in fact, characteristics of an unholy person. But tuberculosis is such a disease that it removes both flaws. Thus, an aspirant should not feel hurt when the Satpurush, the true person, in the same manner as that disease, denounces vishais, experiences of the senses. What a profound way of viewing a disease. Nonetheless, I hope that Muktanand Swami heals. I know that it can be a very deadly disease. Don't know the history of Muktanand Swami's life, and this is the first time reading through the Vachanamrut. So we shall see. Also, if a person is staying with a senior sadhu due to the temptation of obtaining tasty food or drink, or due to the temptation of obtaining nice clothes, or due to the temptation of collecting objects that they like, then they should not be considered a sadhu at all. Instead, they should be known to be an extremely wretched person and like a dog. One who has such corrupt intentions will ultimately fall from satsang. Furthermore, if someone should give a sadhu a nice object, one who becomes jealous, as well as one who is greedy for the panch vishais, the experience of the five senses, are both much worse than one who has committed the 5 grave sins. Therefore, one who is wise should remain in the company of sadhus and not harbor any impure intentions within. After all, this assembly is like the assembly in Badrikashram and Shvetdvip, various abodes of the divine. If a person's worldly desires are not eradicated here, where else will they be able to eradicate them? Moreover, our jivas, our souls, have previously indulged in the panch vishais through countless bodies as devas, divine beings, humans, etc. Nevertheless, we have not been content with those vishais. Therefore, now that we are devotees of God, indulging in the vishais for a further year or 2 years or maybe even 5 years will still not fulfill us. It is as if the earth has been split down to Patal and we begin to fill it with water. Obviously, it can never be filled. Similarly, the indriyas, the senses, have never become satisfied by the vishais, the sense objects, and they never will be. So, now, one should eradicate one's attachment to the vishais. Furthermore, if one should consider the virtues of a sadhu who speaks to one harshly, and should not think ill of them, this is explained in the following devotional song composed by Muktanand Swami. Please forgive me for my attempt at this Gujarati, I believe. Chuli upar shayan karave toya sadhune sange rahiye re, etc. I don't know how to pronounce Gujarati. I'm just going by how it would be in Sanskrit. Anyway, the song means one should remain in the association of sadhus, even if one has to suffer the pain of a shuli. I'm afraid I don't know what a shuli is. Anyway, something bad, something you would not want to experience. Thus, one should seize this opportunity and die only after eradicating one's impure desires. One should not die with one's impure desires still remaining. Having said this, though, one should keep the following desire. After leaving this body, I want to become Brahmarup, of the form of the divine, like Narad, the Sanakadik, Shukji, etc., and offer bhakti, loving devotion, to God. Even if during this process one has to go dwell in Brahmalok, the abode of Brahma, the creator, or Indralok, the abode of Indra, Lord of the world, there is nothing to worry about, because if one goes for ablutions, I like that word, ablutions, and then falls headfirst into the gutter, one should take a bath and become pure again. One should not remain in the filth. Similarly, if a person harbors pure desires, and as a result attains Brahmalok or Indralok, they should think, I have fallen headfirst into the gutter. Thinking in this manner, they should discard the pleasures of Brahmalok and Indralok, using the strength of their pure desires, and make their way to the abode of God. They should resolve not to stop anywhere in between. This is a very powerful idea, because if you didn't know, heaven is not considered the abode of God. It's an abode of gods with a lowercase g in Hinduism. But God's abode is something even higher than the highest heaven, which is Brahmalok. The idea is that heaven is a place of pleasure. But if we are still striving after pleasure, then have we really fulfilled our true purpose? Is the true purpose in life to just achieve endless pleasure? So many forms of Hinduism, including BAPS, including the Akshar Purushottam Dharma, say that there is something to attain even higher than the pleasures of heaven. That is God's true abode. Final paragraph. Also, just as the householders or renunciants serve us, we should also serve their greatness. For example, Mulji Brahmachari realizes my glory and serves me in the same way I realize his greatness. Thus, as the householders serve us by providing food and clothes, we should also realize their greatness and serve them by preaching to them. In this way, we should foster fraternity among devotees of God by realizing each other's greatness. Thank you for listening. This has been the 180th discourse from Shriji Maharaj in the Vachanamrut. Jai Swaminarayan.